YouTube, you know what day it is. It's Tuesday, and that means it's Tierlist Tuesday. Let's go. All right, you guys, so my boy, Big Stinky, one of the biggest supporters over on our Twitch channel and our YouTube channel, he's always in the comments, has recommended and asked me to do this for a long time. Tactical rifles and non-one-shot marksman rifles. So the DMR, for example, the SKS, AUG, M16. The reason we held off for a long time on this one, and I do want to do some other ones right now, like SMGs and that, again, for this season, because there is a lot of options, but I held off on this one for a long time because the actual AUG and M16 meta is over, finally. I was just waiting for that because those were obviously the top two picks, and they might still be the two best in the game, but we're going to break it down for you guys today. I don't know where they're going to fall exactly yet, but we're going to build this out for you guys live here, and I hope you guys do enjoy it. If you guys do, make sure you drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's see where these lay, guys. I know these are a little bit different, so I hope you guys do enjoy it. All right, you guys, let's jump right into today. We are going to start off with the EBR-14. Who remembers in Season 1 when they had that broken blueprint that was like camouflage, like ghillie suited out? Thing was absolutely busted. It was like Warzone meta. But this is 100% Season 3 of Cold War now, and it is not good. Like, it could technically fall into trolling, but I'm going to put out would not recommend because you could actually kill some people with this gun if you wanted to. I would not recommend it to anyone, though. There was way too much recoil, not enough damage to really just like slow down your shots enough to make it worth it. So, would not recommend that one to a friend. It was fun, though, back in Season 1 if you had that blueprint, but it was basically pay to win because you had to pay to buy that blueprint. The Carbine. Oh, dudes, I wish this was meta so bad. Do you know how many cool clips we could get using the Carbine if it was one shot in the head? But it also would be really broken for mouse and keyboard players because it would just have that, like, you have the flicking capabilities like no one's business on this thing. So I'm going to probably put it into trolling. Unfortunately, because it just doesn't do enough damage to body shots and you can't kill someone in one shot to the head. It's basically the Dragunov, but for a Carbine. Like, it's just not good, guys. I really wish it was viable. I would love to see a buff to it to let us one-shot people in the head just to see the crazy clips people would get. But I do think it would be a huge advantage for people on mouse and keyboard. The DMR-14. Out of these weapons here today, it's tough because there's not that many options here today. I'm probably going to put it at top tier viable in Season 3 just because it actually is pretty good still. The range on it is still up there with one of the best in the game. Like, you're probably going to outgun some people using amaxes and stuff like that at long range if you do hit your shots. And I do think it could come back into the meta eventually, but they did a perfect job nerfing this gun. It took them like 3 nerfs, but it's in a perfect spot these days where if you catch someone with their pants down, you'll absolutely beam them. But when you're getting contested on shots, it is kind of hard to hit those shots at times. So I would probably put a top tier viable in this list today. I would probably add more of a viable weapon in a normal case scenario, though. Like, I don't think it would be like in that top tier right now, but I am starting to see some people use it again. I don't think it's absolutely, I think people just kind of got sick of those metas and those guns are enjoying the ARs right now. I could easily see this push into Warzone meta going forward. The AUG, I'm probably going to put at, it got hit really hard, but it's still decent. Like, you pick up a ground loot one or even build your own out, you can still kill people in like 3 bursts, which is still faster than some ARs if you miss shots, which is pretty normal when you're shooting a fully automatic. Man, this list is tough because these, it's definitely not Warzone meta. It's probably right around the same level as the DMR. I don't think it's awful right now. They definitely hit it hard, though. Like, if you were using it previously, you would never want to use it again because it just feels so much different with that fire rate difference they added onto it. It's just so much slower. And just like, the kill time is still decent, but that fire rate is so way slower. It just feels clunky. So I'll put it at top tier viable for now because realistically, it is solid. And it can, if we're comparing to other guns in the game, I would definitely put it in top tier viable. The M16... I'm probably going to put it at Warzone meta. They nerfed it, but they didn't nerf it as hard as the AUG. The AUG was definitely the big problem child last season and Season 1 as well. But the M16, it didn't get hit as hard. It has a little bit more recoil. If you can find yourself a place to mount, you can absolutely fry people with the gun. It's just, The consistency isn't as good as it was before, but out of all of these here today, there's only one other gun that I would compare it with. So I think it is going to be the Warzone meta of these guns. If you are going to pick out of these guns, you got to remember, we're ranking these against these guns specifically right now and where they lie if you were going to use them in Warzone. So I would put it at Warzone meta if you are going to pick one of these. The FAL. It's the other one, guys. Honestly, I used this back in, was it season 1 already? Season 1 or season 2. People were hyping this gun up over on TikTok, and you know me, I got to go out and test everything. It's solid. It's definitely good. It's definitely not as broken as it was as an SMG back in like season 4, the original season 4, where everyone built it with no stock and literally you were 2-3 shotting people in buildings. It was redonkulous. But now, you put a VLK scope on it, and it has a little bit slower bullet velocity than you'd want, but you can really beam people across the map still. So I do recommend this gun to people that want to use a semi-automatic. It's probably the best option right now for a semi-automatic. I think it is better than the DMR right now. The DMR, if you practice with it, it might do better, but just if you want to pick it up and go, I think that FAL is easier to use, and honestly, the sight's better in my opinion. I love the VLK scope. Next, we have the SKS. A lot of people are going to get mad about this gun. A lot of people are like, there's some people out there on TikTok and other places that just love this gun. There is one giant issue with the Modern Warfare weapons when it comes to these marksman rifles. DMR uses AR ammo. SKS uses sniper ammo. Do you know how fast you go through sniper ammo? Like, you only get 40 of them, and if you shoot a whole clip on the SKS, I think it can hold like over 10 shots. I mean, that's like only reloading a couple times. So you better hit every single shot or you're just going down the toilet. It's basically the AS Val of this category. So I'm going to put it on viable because it does do pretty decent damage. I probably would not recommend it to most people, but it does hit. It hits pretty hard. For if you guys want to see a video on it, I'll work on one. Let me know in the comments. But that ammo discrepancy is humongous. If it shot AR, I would put it at top tier viable, 100%. And then last but not least today, guys, I know it's a quick one today. Type 63. I'm going to put it at viable as well. I think it's always just been a step behind the DMR in my opinion. Right now, it might actually be more similar to like right on mark with it, but I just feel like the fire rate's just a little clunky on it. And then also there's like big recoil on it too. It's unfortunate that it does do that. It feels kind of like if you put the kilo kick into a semi-automatic. So like it doesn't kick like a ton, but it's like awkward enough to where the fire rate doesn't lie. It just feels weird, guys. So I'd put it at viable, but I would not recommend it to like most people. It's definitely viable though. If you want to go in and kill people with the Type 63, you definitely can do it. And it is going to match up against some other ARs pretty good. So that's it today, guys. I went through and looked at the list and I was trying to like, should I add like the Dragunov to this? And that gun's terrible. Don't even think about using it. That's trolling 100%. But that's about it today, guys. I know it's a really short one. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below what you guys want to see next Tuesday. I might even sneak in a second one this week just because this one was so short. We'll see what ends up happening content-wise. Right now in Season 3, lobbies are dying so slow, so I'm having a little bit of a tough time getting some good gameplays for you guys, but we're working on it, guys. We're out here grinding. If you guys haven't been out to the live streams, make sure you guys do check those out. Twitch.tv/Rikar. Links in the description below, and you can check them out here on YouTube as well. So I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys press that subscribe button. I love you. Take care. Peace out.